Hi guys, so today is November the 4th and my lighting may be bad. I decided to do this because Josiah's asleep, everybody else is gone, and I thought that this would be a good time. Today's Friday, which makes me 2 weeks post-op, and I'll try to do with better lighting next time. It's in the evening on Friday, and yeah, I just wanted to talk about, I guess, my week 1 and week 2 so far, and then also talk about maybe my hospital stay, because the longer I wait, then I'll start forgetting things. So I guess just to do my stats first, my highest weight ever was when I was pregnant with Josiah. I think I was like 295, I don't even know, 295, maybe 298 maybe. And my before surgery weight was 288 when Dr. Sudan did my BMI. He gave me a little slip of paper and my weight. And my current weight is 268.4. So in 2 weeks, including what what's it called? Pre-op diet. In 2 weeks, I lost 20 pounds already. I can tell it in my face. I can see it already. I can see it in my arms. I never really had really big wrists, and I also can tell in my legs already. I never really have big ankles or super big legs. So I can tell already, just the water and so forth. Let me talk about week 1 and 2, and then I'll talk about the hospital. And then if you guys want me to talk about what I've been doing the past 7 months while I haven't been recording, well, not why I haven't been recording, but what I've been up to and the insurance process and how I got denied and all that stuff, what I had to go through, just let me know and I can talk about that in another video. So week 1, at first it seemed so easy breezy. I am only supposed to have a modified liquid diet. So like full liquids, like protein shakes, protein powders, shakes. I can have milk, the Fairlife milk. I know Target carries it. I think Harris Teeter. It's really high in protein. Isopure is like a pure, I think I showed it in that video. It's all protein. It doesn't taste that great. That's something I can have. The broth as well. After having those things, sugar-free pudding, Jello, popsicles, stuff like that, after having those things day in and day out, it is really hard. I'm not gonna even lie. The pre-op was hard and challenging, and at first, after the hospital, all I really wanted was water, lukewarm water. The shakes nothing really agreed with me. I didn't even want the popsicles. It was too sweet for me. As time went on, I was able to tolerate the caramel Premier Protein shake. Then eventually the chocolate, but I like the caramel better. I found that at Walmart. I looked today at Target. Target doesn't carry any of that. Maybe it was just that Target, but I didn't see any Premier. So I like to stick with that. You can choose whatever, but I just like Premier because you get 30 grams of protein just in that one bottle. My goal is to have 2 of those a day, and that'll give me 60 grams, and I'm supposed to have 60 to 90 grams of protein. I'm trying to think because this is still new to me. I'm always carrying my water. I've been buying these little Nestle or Deer Park waters. Yesterday I actually used my water bottle, and I like doing that. I actually finished my entire water bottle, and I drank some water previously. So make sure you constantly sip. I haven't been sipping that great today. Yeah, I'm ashamed to say how much I even drank today. I think probably on this. But as soon as I get off camera, I'm going to go upstairs because I left my water bottle up there. And I'm going to sip. That helps you with going to the bathroom. It actually took me 10 days to go to the bathroom. And it was bad. So make sure you get take your Colace from the beginning of leaving the hospital twice a day. Also take your Miralax. I like that. And what I usually do is I put my Miralax in the water here, and then I was putting a sugar-free lemonade packet and mix it with it, because I just couldn't drink the Miralax with this. It took me longer to drink the water. Sometimes it takes me longer just to drink plain water at first, but the Miralax with this, it just took water. It just took me forever. So I put the Wilder's lemonade from Dollar Tree, or either the pink lemonade. So yeah, at first it was easy breezy. It was so easy to find something to eat. You know, it only took me a couple of minutes and so forth. But after a while, you know, you got really tired of the same thing. I think as time went on, you know, as your pain subsides and you feel a little bit better, you can tolerate a little bit more things, it seemed like that's when my emotions kicked in. Around, I would say, Halloween on the 31st, I realized how much I emotionally eat. I emotionally eat a lot. And I think a lot of people do, really, honestly. Not to just say myself. When you're bored, when you are just sitting there watching TV and you don't realize that you're grazing because you're bored. And not just that, but you decide what you want for dinner based off of how you feel. I know I do that a lot. Like, I may make out a menu plan, but hey, today I may want cube steak, or I may want spaghetti, or I may want a salad, and I would rearrange or go to the grocery store and do that. When you're on this diet and your body can only tolerate certain things and you get fat, full super fast, you can't go out and get that. You can't do that. And not just in that instance, but other instances. You know, I love candy. With Halloween, I couldn't eat any of the candy. So most of the time when I felt like I couldn't cope, or I felt like I was hungry, because I actually felt like I was hungry. At first I was like, is this pain? Is this, you know, I'm just healing. But, you know, actually today I actually felt my stomach growl, and I knew today that I didn't really eat too much, because today was a good day. Today was a day that I wasn't really hungry. But even if you're not hungry, you still have to nourish your body, take your vitamins, you still have to drink your protein, sip your water. And yesterday was a good day too. I think what I finally just told myself is that I made a comment on the bariatric support group, and I probably should have reached out to my mom sooner. But after talking to my mom and talking to, you know, some supportive encouragement comments from them, I felt like, she said that I had buyer's remorse, and I did. I felt like, what did I do to my body? When you get to a point to where, like I was saying earlier, where you know you can't tolerate those foods, you can't eat this, you can't eat that, but your mind is still telling you you want that, or you're supposed to eat because it's dinner time, or, you know, it's Halloween, eat candy. That's my weakness, if you can tell, is the candy, versus I won't touch a cake or cookies, but I want candy. And after, you know, I drank my protein, and I thought to myself, okay, I hope you did all of this for a reason, to lose weight, to save your life, so you can live longer, so you won't have a heart attack, so you won't have heart disease. You did this for you did this for your kids, you did this for your family. And that song that I always heard growing up, he brought me this far, he won't leave me. I never really could pertain that to my life until then, because I remember my husband worked at the same job. His insurance company, when they first had Blue Cross Blue Shield, he now has United Healthcare, they did not even have that policy where they would even cover bariatric. And so I remember when I did look into it, my mom did it, I was like, gosh, well, I guess I'm gonna have to work my tail off. And not to say this is not working your tail off, it's working your tail off. I mean, you are struggling with your emotions, and you're struggling with this battle within yourself that you've been fighting all these years, that you know you didn't realize that you were fighting. And it makes you such a stronger person. It makes you such a better person. And some things that I felt like I couldn't overcome, and I overcame them this week, and I'm still going to continue to fight and overcome them. So it's, bariatric surgery is not the easy way out, but you know, he brought me this far because my insurance denied me, because my healthcare provider didn't check some documents that I needed. And you know, and how I still had the same surgery date regardless of everybody else was saying it was going to take 7 to 10 days, and I only had like a couple of days before my surgery date. So, you know, I was like, Lord, I just thank you. I thank you for this opportunity, you know. And, you know, still in the back of my mind, I tell myself, I was like, you're going to lose the weight. But sometimes you want that scale to just fall faster. And I don't want it to fall any faster because I don't want my skin to sag. But you just see all the hard work that you're putting in, and you just expect that scale to fall faster. But really, I kind of been at the same weight for a couple of days now. I think that, like my mom says, your body is just trying to figure out what's going on. And you know, it's gonna eventually, I hear a lot of people talk about stalls. I know I'm just at the beginning, and y'all know, you say, well, hope it's just been 2 weeks and you lost 20 pounds. So I'm definitely not rushing it at all, but it was so encouraging just the first 4 or 5 days where that scale was just dropping. But of course, it was probably water weight. I was swollen from surgery and stuff like that. But overall, I'm doing great. Just, it was a lot of emotion things having to deal with. My stomach, all of my incisions, they give you like 5 different spots where they do it, I think laparoscopic, and I have this one bigger spot, and right below that I think is where your liver is, and they have to move it a lot. And that is tender. I bent down the other day to to get some jelly off the floor and some cheese spread to side put on the floor, and I just stretched the wrong way, and I was hurting for like the whole day. But really, I'm not on any prescription meds anymore. I'm just like taking Tylenol extra strength. And my husband was getting on me because he was saying, I hope you need to take it, you know, just about around the clock. Don't wait around the clock, and don't wait till when you're in pain. So other than that, guys, I go back to Dr. Sudan on Monday. Yeah, Monday. And then on Tuesday, I go to my behavioral group. And I think that's a nutrition, and I think it's a nutrition class too. It's 2 things, I think. And she's probably going to talk about, excuse me, what we're going to eat next. So I actually was ready, I'm gonna be honest, for some substance. So today was the first day that I had eggs, and it was really good. You know, I put some Fairlife milk in it. I had about 1 egg scrambled. I put some cheese in it. I did put some little bit of bacon bits. If I do chew anything, I make sure I chew it. And I didn't have any problems with that. I may ate it a little fast because I could tell that, you know, it felt a little rough. But when I felt it, I just said, well, I gotta slow down. But it was so good. I seasoned it with some garlic salt, with some onion powder. The Fairlife milk, I just mixed that so it make it more fluffy. And that gave it more protein, so that was like protein packed. So that was really good. That's probably gonna be my go-to. I hope I don't get tired of it. What I did the other weeks, and I didn't indulge in those, but I needed something on my palate that was different. I went to Panera Bread and I got their broccoli cheese soup. I think I may have had a little bit of that. I actually bought 2 of them. So I really wasted it. I need to throw it away. But I just needed something different on my palate. I didn't want to get too much of that because it was a lot of cheese and I didn't know how they cooked it and not, you know, fat and stuff like that. I did pick up some store-bought Panera soup. I think tortilla soup. I'm probably just going to strain that because it has like rice and corn and stuff like that in it. And I think I have some potato soup in there too. But I haven't even opened that. So I think I was just, you know, still having the same old mindset, but still trying to use soup, if that makes sense or whatever. But I just had to purchase it to seem like I was going to eat it, if that makes sense. But I'm loving the Gatorade 2, the grape. It's taking me forever just to get through a whole 8-pack, or I think it's an 8-pack. I think I still have 2 of those, and 2 of them I still probably wasted. It took me forever to get through that. And yeah, so I can tell at first it was really hard to get through the protein. I was like, 2, you want me to drink 2 bottles of these and you want me to have 8 of these? And I like these because it makes you feel accomplished, like, oh, I did it. But also your water bottle will too as well. So yeah, guys, so I think that's it that I can really share far as my week post-op week 1 and 2. I don't go back to work till after Thanksgiving, that Monday, and yeah, I missed it a little bit, but a little bit I don't. And so right now I'm just said I'll just enjoy the time, you know, go look in the stores or whatever with Josiah until I go back to work. So guys, I thank you so much for, oh, I was supposed to talk about the hospital. I don't even know if I have enough space for the hospital. So the hospital, I really don't remember anything too much that happened. They took me back. I remember a tear coming down, and the anesthesiologist said I was getting real now, and I said, yeah. And after, I don't remember, they must have I don't even remember them putting anything in my IV bag or anything. But after that, I was gone at like a light. I don't even remember them putting me in recovery or anything. I do remember waking up. I was super dizzy a lot. I didn't even really, yeah, I did get up. They want you to get up shortly after, and they want you to walk so you won't get blood clots. They do stuff a lot differently. Duke does. I went to Duke Regional. Dr. Sudan was my surgeon in Durham, North Carolina. So when they do stuff a lot differently from my mom and my brother. With my mom and my brother, they liquefied their medication, their pain medication when they came home. They also gave them some shots to put in their stomach so they wouldn't get blood clots. They didn't do that with me. I also swallowed my pills while I was there. I remember being really dizzy than I ever been in my life. But I think it was just maybe the medication. Went to the bathroom, no problem. Had help. Jason was there with me. If Jason didn't go to the nutrition class and my mom and my brother haven't went through this before, I think I would have been a little bit lost. Because the nurses on that particular shift did not actually come in and get me started, to be honest, the way they should have got me started with the liquids and making sure that I was drinking properly. And that may have contributed to part of my dehydration. And also, but Jason knew that I was supposed to blow in my little aspirator thing. I meant to show you guys, but I'll show it next time. He knew I was supposed to do that. The nurse mentioned it. But I think the respiratory therapist came that day, and I could barely get it up, or I was blowing in it, or I was nauseated or something. And he said, oh, don't worry about that. He'll come back tomorrow. He never came back. But I knew that was important for me to blow into that, the little respirator thing, the blower thing, because so my lungs won't collapse, so I won't get pneumonia. And so I made sure I did that. I think you have to do that like every hour. make sure you sip, sip, sip. Jason stayed on me about that. My mom stayed on me like that. I remember my brother asking them a question about something. But the nurse that came in on the day only stayed one night. The day that I left, she was really on point. You know, she showed me what I'm supposed to be doing, what I'm not supposed to be doing, and so forth. But there were some things that I knew that I'm not supposed to do, such as like lift. I don't remember them saying that. As far as exercise, they didn't mention that either, which I knew I wasn't supposed to. And it seemed like it's something else that they didn't mention, and I know I'm not supposed to do. But I'm grateful and thankful that I have a support system of my mom. Some of you may know she had RNY. She may be 4 or 5 years post-op, and my brother had vertical sleeve in April. So also with research too, I'm so grateful that I had all of them as a support system, because I was really dehydrated. I'd never been that dehydrated before, to where, I mean, they was sticking me everywhere. I used to have a good vein here, and I mean, my veins was like flat, or they collapsed every time. I mean, the phlebotomist, she did a great job. She came in, I still see the holes in my hands, but she got some, she needed to draw some blood, and she was just, boy, she was adamant she had to get that blood. And I told her she should have been the one to start my IV. And the way the lady did it was, it takes a lot. I can take a lot of pain, but you know, she really stuck the IV really far in or something. It was up against my skin. It was irritating, and plus my arm had to stay like this, or the IV machine would start beeping, and I was waking up like every 15 minutes. I think I did get, so another, no, I think it was a nurse. She specialized in doing the IVs or something. Yeah, she was a nurse, and she came in the next day, and it was time for me to go home, but I needed some fluids in me, and she got the ultrasound machine to put on to find my vein. That's how bad it was. And I've never been that dehydrated, even when I was pregnant with all my boys. So also I did get nauseated the 1 or 2 times, and I remember having to use a little bad pan, and it was just that I think I drank some of that Ensure or something they gave me, and I just was not feeling that at all, and everything just came back up. But that went away really fast, thankfully. I didn't deal with a lot of gas, thank God. I remember one time I did. I don't know if she gave me anything. They did give me some stuff for nausea, and that did help. But I felt like it was like all pressure up in here, and that is awful gas with nausea. And then you got pain on top of that. I heard some people get a pain button. My doctors didn't give me none of that. So Duke does a lot of things. Sometimes I think it's a little cheap, but they are great. They're some of the best doctors in the world. But their bariatric department, some parts was fantastic, phenomenal. Dr. Sudan did a great job. But some of the other departments or staff need some work. So other than that though, guys, I had an overall great experience, and it was just a blessing. And just to even just to experience, and just to finally get through this process, something I've been wanting to do for a long time. So I'm excited for my journey. Be patient with me, guys. All this is brand new to me, and I hope that you guys will stick around to see my weight loss journey, guys. I'm excited. I'm nervous. I can tell some things, you know, I'm thinking about things differently, but some things I can tell I'm still the same old Hope. So alright guys, so I see you guys in the next video, and I'll talk to you later. Bye bye.